So friends, couple of weeks later, welcome to the channel Share and Learn by Vikas. Let's continue our discussions on managing the conflict. So the question still remains, is a conflict so easy to manage? Of course, actually conflict is not easy to control. An individual needs definitely a certain skills for the same. So while interacting with others, what we have to take a very special care is the content of our speech as well as the way we speak. Right? So let's practice below maybe and shall be able to control the conflict. Friends, shouting will not help, even if you do not agree with the other person. Greet other person with a warm smile, whatever the situation may be. Be specific and precise in your speech. Do not complicate words and confuse others. Of course, yes. Do not use words, folks, which might hurt the sentiments of others, because we belong to the different cultural background, the geographical and geopolitical background. So the point is that may hurt the sentiments. You may be right, I may be right, but that may hurt the sentiments, and that's the reason I elaborated on this point a little more. Avoid using, of course, slang and abusive languages. So that's one of the most important thing also when we are there to manage the conflicts. Always listen to the other side of the story as well. Please let us all use our ears, which are two in numbers, and mouth is one in numbers. So focus on our ears. It's always better to sit and discuss the issues on an open forum. So that's the important point out here. To manage a conflict at the workplace, the forum has to be quite open. It should not be a clumsy or a closed door discussions between the two. Everyone has a right to express his views. So a middle way has to be found out. Don't always find faults in others, and be a little more adjusting, as life is all about being adjusted. So why organizations are said to be our first home? Because we are working for that organization, and just try to imagine, we have 24 hours, approximately 8 to 10 hours we are giving into the organization or in our offices or maybe in a field where we are interacting with our colleagues, and rest remaining part of the day is with your family. So if you calculate the ratio, it is almost 50% time which we devote with our colleagues and with our office staff. So as you spend the maximum time therein, as we just discussed, offline, online setup, wherever you are more with your colleagues, and it's a 50% of your 24 hours time which is devoted with your colleagues and in office. So are there any tactics to avoid conflicts at the workplace? Of course, yes. So let's listen to a couple of them. So never leave any problem unattended, as a small problem can eventually become a major reason to worry later on. This is a very important point, which means that when the conflict you are imagining it has started between the two of your colleagues, so attend it immediately there and try to involve the stakeholders. Gossip and backbiting must be completely avoided at workplace. This does not mean you should not enjoy in our workplace and have a sip over a cup of coffee, but avoid gossips and backbiting involving people around your or colleagues around your office, as it is considered seriously as unprofessional and leads to conflicts among the individuals. Never ever rely on politics in the office. You cannot ignore the politics, or you cannot go away with the politics, but don't rely on those politics, as it spoils the environment completely. And if your colleague has not followed a process, make the person realize his mistakes instead of making fun of it. It's a different realizing of the mistake and making a fun of it. So these are a couple of things we will ensure that we can take it forward and avoid the conflicts, even at the workplace, conflicts along with the friends, and of course the conflicts in the family matters. So stay tuned. We will be talking more on managing conflicts in our next sessions.